Okay, today is 3/18/2017. We're still looking for the spring turn, and like I showed you in the video before, on the dials, the 2-foot dial, it's been there, and the 3-foot dial been there for 3 years running plus. The 2-foot's a little older than the 3, and then I got that new metal dial we've been using out there that I put up the last summer, and this is the first year I'm using it, which these two confirm it because they have not moved. And so we're back around the 19th again. The Gregorian calendar changes against the actual witness from the heavens and the earth, and that's really interesting, because in your you'll see, you know, if you go by this, and we start counting the very next day. So you got for 3 years running, we have confirmed there are 365 days in a year. You don't need a 13th month or a leap year. You come back around to the turn of the year, and there's 365 days, and we just went through a leap year, so that makes it interesting as well, as far as what they say is a leap year. And then you know, the Jews, the Hallel 2 puts on a 13th month, which is not scriptural either. So there's what we do is we use the 365th day as the turn of the year day. It's basically a half light, and so is the fall turn. It's half light and half darkness day. There's nothing scriptural about that to say we should do that or nothing, but we are told from all the research that we found. And the only thing that makes sense too is when you witness it out, is you can do 52 Shabbats for 364 days. The 365th day, you go, you know, come back around, is the turn of the year day, which scripture does talk about the turn of the year. It's the day that in the spring turn that light takes over darkness for approximately 184 days. It does. It takes over for 184 days. So there's no even distribution of the days. You don't have you got 364 days. You would expect 182 days from spring to fall, and then you expect 182 days from fall to spring again. But it doesn't work out that way. He's made 2 more days of light over the earth from spring to fall versus the dark season. And that's another interesting aspect that, you know, you want to keep in mind when you're studying these things. For whatever reason, okay. I keep making marks on this one. I don't know if you can see. There's my last pencil mark. Here's my first couple. And you just have to do a few of these throughout the day, and what we're looking for is a complete straight line, which I'm saying this is really difficult with a very small gnomon like this with a point on the top. The point's important. You have to mark right on the point, and I understand why. The bigger you make a dial, you know, that 3-foot dial, the lines are too small, so it makes it hard to be able to see the shadow. The 2-foot for that size and the size of the lines is good. But the bottom line is anything you do research on sundials, you're going to find out the bigger the dial, the more accurate it is, and obviously the more easy it's going to be able to see when the equinox is. And there seems to be a lot of folks obsessed about that, but including myself in all this business. So here's that 3-foot dial. Again, like I was showing in the previous video, it's the east-west line is right on the edge, but you can see right there, you see the mark from yesterday, the black mark, and then you can see the shadow, how much it's moved. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. I'm going to go ahead and mark it to give an idea, because I'm not really going to use this one, but it doesn't change unless I can. It doesn't change. See, I mean, you can't see on this edge here, but because we got these equidistant apart, you know, that's how much this 3-foot dial moves in one day. Actually, Okay, that's how much the 3-foot dial moves in one day, and versus, you know, you see the little tiny marks on a 2-foot dial, and it's right on the mark. I was guesstimating the small mark, and I'll wait on this one till solar noon to mark it.